Make sure in your notebook you are writing 6.4 distributive property, and this property is the most important one, and you will find many questions on your FCAT from the distributive property. So write this down, copy this picture. Distributive property, think it as baby. B parenthesis a plus y gives you ba plus by, which is baby. So b and a multiplies, b and y multiplies, and using the using the distributive property, 4 times 36. 36, you break it as 30 plus 6. 4 multiplies 30 to give you 4 times 30. 4 on the outside multiplies 6 to give you 4 times 6. And that is a BA/BY property, which is a distributive property. And the same thing using the Angry Birds, if you understand that, you can write this down and make sure that you're copying this down in your notebook as well. So they are asking you to use a distributive property to rewrite each algebraic expression. Question number 9 is the focus. So I'm going to write 8s plus 5. Keep in mind, distributive property is where inside the parentheses you can add or subtract, and outside the parentheses you are multiplying. So the 8 on the outside multiplies the s. Remember your b and a plus y. So this has to give you the baby. That means the b has to go for the a and the b has to go for the y. So 8 has to go for the s to give you 8s. 8 has to go for the y to give you 8 times 5. Keep in mind you're multiplying. Since there is a plus inside, it's going to be a plus. So this will be 8s plus 8 times 5 gives you a 40, and that will be the answer. Focus on question number 14. So you have 12, 4 minus v. So 12 on the outside multiplies the 4 on the inside. So that will be 12 times 4. The dot means multiply. 12 on the outside multiplies the v to give you 12v minus over here. 12 multiplies 4 to give you 48 minus 12v, and that is using your distributive property. Focus on question number 4. 6 times 57. I'm going to break this as 6 times. 57 is nothing but 50 plus 7. So 6 on the outside multiplies 50 to give you 6 times 50. 6 on the outside multiplies 7 to give you 6 times 7. Since you are adding in the middle, this is going to be an addition. 6 times 50 is going to be 300. 6 times 7 is going to be 42. Add them together to give you 342. So this makes your calculations really easy if you can break the numbers and chunk it and apply the distributive property. Now let's focus on question number 15. Use the distributive property to rewrite each algebraic expression. So number 15, so I'm going to rewrite this to be as v minus 5 times 15. So this is also once again a distributive property, except the number is at the end. So it's still the same thing. So 15 on the outside multiplies b to give you 15b. And 15 on the outside multiplies 5 to give you 15 times 5. The minus on the inside comes along with your answer. So this becomes 15b minus 15 times 5 is going to give you 75. So this would be the final answer. So you got to caution two things. Number one, the minus on the inside tags along all the way to the answer. And the 15 goes for the b, the 15 goes for the 5. This is your BA, BY. So 15 goes for the first one, 15 also goes for the second one. And keep in mind that 15 multiplies your 5. So bowling. Pause the video, read the question, understand the question, and this is an FCAT type question. 5 friends each spend $9 on bowling games and $3.50 on shoe rentals. So the number of people involved in this case is 5. So for the games, they each spent $9. So each spent $9. And for the shoe rentals, each person needs their own shoe rental. So here they are spending $3.50 each. So 5 friends spend $9, 5 friends spend $3.50 each. So the total for one person will be 9 plus $3.50. So you're going to add them. So $9 and $3.50. You add them, it's going to come to $12.50. So for one person, it's going to be $12.50. So you, for yourself, will be spending $12.50, $9 for the game, and $3.50 for the shoe rental. Now, since there are 5 people involved in this, the total amount is what they're asking. So for one person, it's going to be $12.50. So for 5 people, it's going to be 5 times $12.50. And in this case, they are not asking you to multiply, they're just asking you to find the answer. So 5 times 1250, in this case, is going to be C, and that is the answer. Now, this is an FCAT kind of a question. A big question, but actually the question can be solved in one step. It's an easy question. So using only the distributive property, your starting point is always the expression. So in this case, it's going to be 2L plus W. Look at the answer choices. The answer choices also looks as L and W. So they are not asking you to substitute anything for L and W. They just want you to use the distributive property and match the answer. So you have 2L plus W. So if you apply the distributive property, 2 on the outside goes for the L, so it's going to be 2L. 2 on the outside also goes for the W to give you 2W. The plus on the inside stays with the answer. So in this case, the answer choice will be B. 2L plus 2W. So there is no calculations involved. You do not replace anything for L or W. They're asking using only the distributive property, which expression also correctly represents the perimeter of the garden. So basically they want you to take this expression and match with the answer choices by using the distributive property. Understanding the question is half the job, and when you're distributing, 2 goes for the L, 2 also goes for the W, so you make sure that you put the arrow for the first, the arrow for the second, and that gives you 2L plus 2W.